Once upon a time, in a faraway land, in a small village filled with flowers and the sounds of birds chirping, there lived a little girl named Lily. Lily loved fairy tales and magical stories, especially those about the Tooth Fairy. Every evening her mother would tell her stories about the Tooth Fairy, and Lily would listen with great admiration. Her mother would say, "One day, when your tooth falls out, the Tooth Fairy will come to take it and leave you a very special gift." Days passed, weeks flew by, and Lily's first baby tooth started to wiggle. Lily was both excited and a little worried about it. Every morning she would look at her tooth in the mirror and wonder, will it fall out today? Her mother told her, the Tooth Fairy can only take fallen teeth. So Lily began to check her tooth more carefully, because she really wanted the Tooth Fairy to visit. One morning, while playing joyfully with her friends at school, Lily felt something strange in her mouth. When she gently touched her tooth with her tongue, she realized it had become even looser. This tooth could fall out at any moment, she thought, feeling both excited and slightly scared. Will it hurt when it falls out? She wondered nervously. That afternoon, on her way home from school, Lily felt hungry and took out an apple from her bag. The moment she took the first bite, she realized something was off. She quickly moved her tongue to check her tooth and felt an empty space. Lily stopped, put her hand in her mouth, and there it was, her small white tooth in her palm. She felt a wave of excitement as she looked at her tooth with surprise and joy. My tooth really fell out, she thought, now certain that the Tooth Fairy would come. As soon as she got home, Lily hurried through the door and called out to her mother, "Mom, look, my tooth fell out." Her mother came from the kitchen, smiled with joy when she saw the little tooth in Lily's hand and said, "That's wonderful, Lily. The Tooth Fairy will definitely come tonight. You must put your tooth under your pillow and see what she brings you." Lily's excitement grew even more with her mother's words, and she immediately placed her tooth under her pillow. That night, she waited with great anticipation. She wondered, what does the Tooth Fairy look like? What will she bring me? With these thoughts filling her mind, she drifted off to sleep. At midnight, while Lily was in a deep sleep, a gentle breeze blew through her room. With it came a soft light that filled the room. It was the Tooth Fairy's arrival. The fairy, with her tiny wings gently fluttering, glided through the light into the room. Her golden hair flowed over her white dress, creating a magical atmosphere. The Tooth Fairy quietly approached Lily's pillow. With her small hands, she found the tooth under the pillow and gently took it. Then she pulled a tiny star from her pocket and slowly placed it under Lily's pillow. That night, the Tooth Fairy had a special plan. She wanted to not only leave Lily a gift, but also meet her in a dream. In her sweet dream, Lily found herself in a magical forest filled with rainbow-colored flowers, glowing with light. Just then, a bright light appeared in the middle of the forest, and the Tooth Fairy appeared before her. In amazement, Lily exclaimed, "You're the Tooth Fairy." The Tooth Fairy smiled kindly and said, "Yes, Lily, it's me. I want to share a special secret with you." She took Lily's hand and guided her deeper into the forest. Along the way, bright stars and lights danced around them. After walking for a while, Lily stopped in front of a massive tree. The tree glowed golden, and hundreds of small boxes hung from its branches. The Tooth Fairy turned to Lily and said, "These boxes hold the teeth of all the children in the world. Each tooth is a part of that child's growing up story. Your tooth will be kept here, and it will always give you courage and strength." Lily was both surprised and comforted by what the Tooth Fairy said. This secret made her feel very special. The Tooth Fairy smiled at Lily one last time and said, "It's time to wake up now, Lily. But know that I will always be with you. Whenever you need me, just listen to your heart." Suddenly, Lily woke up in her bed, her eyes sparkling with excitement. She immediately reached under her pillow and found a small, glowing star. This star was the magical gift left by the Tooth Fairy. Lily held the star tightly in her hand and smiled brightly. The next morning she told her mother all about her dream of the Tooth Fairy, but kept the secret of the little star to herself. That star became a very special and cherished memory for Lily. From that day on, every time Lily lost a tooth, she felt the same excitement. She would place her tooth under her pillow and eagerly wait for the Tooth Fairy to visit. Each morning she would wake up to find small but meaningful gifts under her pillow, sometimes a tiny stone, sometimes a glowing bead. Each time, the Tooth Fairy left Lily a gift filled with courage and hope. As time passed, Lily grew up, and her baby teeth were replaced by new ones. But the courage and hope the Tooth Fairy gave her always lived in her heart. Lily learned how beautiful growing up and changing could be, just as the Tooth Fairy had taught her. Every night, as she drifted off to sleep with that small star in her hand, she felt comforted knowing that the Tooth Fairy was always with her. And so, the bond between Lily and the Tooth Fairy was never broken. Even though Lily grew up, the magic of the Tooth Fairy remained with her, just like that little star in her heart. The tale of Lily and the Tooth Fairy ends here, but Lily's adventures filled with courage had only just begun.